Hello, I'm Dave Peach, and this is the Crawfordsville Peach Cast, sponsored by Tri-County Bank, your community bank since 1892. See them in person or at tricountybank.net. Tri-County Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Are you looking for great prices? Do you have a smartphone? Of course you do. This is Bria French. With Tri-County Bank's Merchant Discount Network, you can get discounts on food, entertainment, tools, and so much more. All you need is a smartphone and your TCB Smart Rewards checking account. Cost savings are only a click away. Terms and conditions may apply. Tri-County Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Crawfordsville Peach Cast, a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year edition. A tiny sliver of holiday magic for you. I'm Dave Peach. We're joined by Dave Meyer. Dave, how are you?
Happy holidays, Dave. I am so glad to be here at this funky time of the year. I brought a cold, but I'm keeping it away from all our friends.
They do not have to worry. You don't have to wear a mask or do the hand sanitizer or anything like that. You're good.
My voice has been sanitized for their protection, Dave.
We talk about Christmas, and we grew up, or at least I grew up. Let me ask you. You're about Richard Mark's age, about 60. Is that right?
Yeah.
You haven't turned 60 though, right?
I haven't turned 60. I think Richard is a little taller with the hair, but I am just a little shy of the Richard Marks
age.
6 decades. Yes.
So Richard Marks is between us in age.
We have a Richard Marks between us, Dave. This is Carew.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Marks is spelled with just the one X.
I believe. Now, he might have added later if he had I don't know. But, I think he's big on what was Twitter, right?
I have no idea how we started talking about Richard Marks. I don't know. I'll have to listen.
It's the holiday thing.
Rewind
Dave.
it. Why did we start talking about? Okay. Now, I know we're talking about age. Did you watch many of the holiday specials or were they on the air like the Bing Crosby and the Andy Williams and the Perry Como and the whoever was doing those shows at the time?
Absolutely. They were in my formative years. I would say I had a good mix of the kind of the variety show song, enough Andy Williams with the Osmonds and a little bit of Perry Como in there. But I think also that the mix was those with kind of the Rankin and Bass world, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about Bob Hope too. I forgot about Bob Hope.
Bob. There's some Bob Hope. Bob had a special pretty much every holiday.
He always had those football players. Remember those? They bring out the football players, and Bob would have some incredibly funny joke for every single one of them.
Dave, I think somewhere you could look up Bob Hope making a comment about Bo Jackson. It's out there.
Oh, it was so much fun and must see TV indeed. You mentioned those holiday specials and we all watch those. I don't know. I haven't watched them this year. Maybe I watched a little bit of Rudolph, but I've seen them so many times, Dave. And after I watched them so many times, I watched them again so many times. And right now I'm not sure that, I don't know. I guess I might be a little burned.
No, I think there is maybe some of this stuff might be coming back around, but, the 60s seemed like the heyday for, that's when Rudolph came to pass. I think Rudolph was like 64, and then 65 was Charlie Brown, which was kind of if you look back at Peanuts at that time, it kind of helped revive Peanuts, because before that it was just a comic strip kind of thing. And they added the jazz Vince Guaraldi soundtrack. And so there's some things that have had some definite shelf life in the kind of Christmas holiday special world. I think that's how we got the Osmonds, right? Originally, was that on the Andy Williams thing?
I believe so. Yeah, they there was the Andy Williams brothers, who are very
Right.
I mean, they're if you haven't seen the brothers sing, you gotta YouTube that. But yeah, the Osmonds got their start with Andy Williams, and I remember those shows. When did those phase out?
My intel, Dave, says 62 to 73 were the Andy Williams shows, and
Well, I mean,
and in fact,
I meant the holiday specials in general.
yeah, I think I think really the 80s was probably the last period where those were kind of coming, or they're still making them or attempting them. I don't recall a ton of new stuff. I mean, obviously I don't know, when did Elf come out? Elf has been in the last 20 years, right?
Yeah, I would have to say, yeah, Elf, and
Now,
that's kind of
movie-wise, yeah, we're crossing over here a little bit, but and I know I apologize for that, but I think Perry Como was, his Christmas life was over early to mid 70s. So Andy at 73. I don't know how long Bob went, clearly up into the 80s, or as long
maybe
as Bob
longer.
went. Right. But I remember like Jack Benny dressed as Santa on the Perry Como thing and not really knowing who Jack Benny was.
Yesterday, and this has nothing to do with anything, but yesterday I did a game, and Jerry Baker was at the game. Do you know Jerry Baker?
Jerry, the Hall of Fame Hoosier broadcaster, formerly of WIBC and the Pacers. That guy.
He was. I have to say, I got to be real here. He was not that well known among the younger folks that I was conversing with when I mentioned that Jerry Baker was in the arena.
Now, tell me, Dave, if you can confirm or deny this. I believe when the Beatles were at the State Fair Coliseum in 1964 or 5, Jerry Baker is the person that introduced them on stage.
That is a great story, and I love that story. If it's not true, I like it anyway.
Okay, well, we are going to reiterate the legend if it's not true. Jerry Baker introduced the Beatles, he was the TV broadcasting voice for the Pacers, correct, for a while?
I think he did radio too. He did a lot of, he probably still does some broadcasting, but he looked good. Looked good.
That's good.
And
That's
a lot
good.
of 500, a lot of Indy 500 stuff.
Absolutely.
So I got to see him yesterday. Does that have anything to do with our special shortened Christmas special?
I bet he did some Christmas voiceover work at some point. But no, not at all, Dave.
So
we just love certain things involving broadcasting, and we're going to talk about it when we have to.
One more topic, Al Michaels. A lot has been made of as far as his, exit from Amazon. I'm sorry.
Right. Now, tell me what's your take on that, Dave?
79 years old, which is a good age. I think it can go either way. What I hate to see is when the announcers kind of get a little grumpy on the air, and it's not a good grumpy. There's a good grumpy and there's a bad grumpy.
Yeah. No, Dave, I agree. And if you look, not every aging broadcaster has to get a little surly, but certainly a few have. And I would say Al kind of fell or became more into that category a little bit. I mean, guys like Ernie Harwell or Vin Scully maintain their kind of light passion, for the game, because the games will evolve. And if you are a purist with the games you call, you sometimes are frustrated with either the modern athlete or the modern game. But Al had a great run from doing the Reds back in the early 70s through his big, what everybody really knows him for, and which would be the 1980 Miracle on Ice. And then, gee whiz, how many years as a top network guy? So good run for Al Michaels.
But he's still there. He's still there. We'll monitor.
Sure.
We'll monitor that. But Dave, as we talk about, we'll get back to Christmas here as we go all the way around the mulberry bush here. Dave, we'll end it with your top 3 Christmas foods. Now, I think snacks are on the table, so to speak.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you give me your top 3 Christmas foods.
Okay, that's good. That's good. For some reason, I think I lean more dessert on the Christmas than I do on Thanksgiving, and so and I have ordered the pies, Dave, for this year. So I'm looking forward to the pies. So I'll say that specifically, kind of the sugar cream or an eggnog pie is something that I'm looking forward to. But from a long-term standpoint, every year my mother makes this wassail tea. I don't know what the word wassail means. It's I don't think there's caffeine in it. It's a fruity tea,
Wassail.
Dave. Wassail, and that's something I look forward to every year.
Wassail tea. I'm not a big tea person.
Yeah, in general, I'm not a tea, and I use caffeine to pop me up occasionally. But tea, this kind of tea is good.
I'm going to go my favorite, and it's hard to even come up with number 2. And something happened this year, and I'll tell after I give this number 1 food for me for the Christmas holiday. Chex Mix.
Ooh,
Savory
Dave.
Chex Mix.
Yeah.
And I want just the regular Chex Mix. I don't need frosting on it or anything like that. I just want the old nuts and Chex Mix with the whatever you put on it and make it in a big turkey baster or whatever, one of those things. But tragedy, Dave, this year or last year, it's been within the last 18 months, I developed at my ripe old age of 62, I developed a reaction to cashews.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I started breaking out everywhere. So holidays were always a time to eat cashews,
Yeah,
but I
the
can't do it
candy.
anymore.
Oh my, no! This is a good reminder that these things do evolve, and we can't always enjoy the same things. Wow. Okay.
So my Chex Mix has got to be peanuts and almonds. I can go almonds.
Okay.
But and those cashews, I will say, as a Chex Mix connoisseur, the cashews set it off into another level. So
in other words, you're saying that you miss them.
Yeah, and it's like I'm doing push-ups on my knees. It's not quite the oomph that.
Not the exact. Well,
I know it's missing, but it's just something that I got to deal with, Dave. I got to move on.
I understand it, but you've planted the Chex Mix seed in my head here, as you possibly have done with others.
I love Chex Mix, and then I'll go with chips, and then my other one that we have every year. And again, my mouth is watering when I think of egg rolls.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, pizza rolls. Pizza rolls. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Okay.
Pizza rolls.
They're like pizza egg rolls.
Yeah, pizza egg rolls. But I we'll get them by the 80 or the 120 pack. I don't know exactly how many.
Volume.
I don't know how many of them I could eat. I might just be able to eat the whole 120.
Well, that's a sit down.
I mean, and the thing of it is, we were talking about this the other night. If there's like some of the leftover stuff, you put away, right?
You should.
But if there's like 9 egg rolls left, or 9 pizza rolls left,
how can you?
I'm just going to go ahead and eat them.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be good warmed up, right?
No. They're at their top right there. You're gonna have to take them in.
Kind of like fried potatoes.
Yeah.
Hash browns, they are not going to be good the next day. You might as well just finish them off.
Right there, baby.
And if that's over the sink with nobody watching, then so be it, right?
Everybody's okay with that, Dave.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with eating while nobody's watching.
It makes the sink feel more worn.
I'm sorry. I just think of No one will ever know. And then every once in a while, somebody will say, Did you eat the rest of those potatoes? I mean, I did.
I've gotten those. I've gotten those inquiries, Dave. Yes.
I sure did. Yeah, I sure did. And then sometimes it's like, it's like a crime or something. It's like, wait a minute. I just ate the rest of the potato. It's not a big deal.
I was helping us out. It's conservation.
One more before we sign off for the new year. I love it. I live in a 3-person household, myself, my wife, and my son. And,
all right.
And my wife isn't listening, so it's no big deal. But every once in a while, she will break into this. I love this. Who ate the bread? Who ate all the bread? Well, let's see. It wasn't one of the cats. We can rule out the cats. There's Matthew, and then there's me.
I was gonna say, does she ever say, "Line up"?
Who ate all the bread?
We're gonna have a talk.
What I want to know though is, what is the bread for, if not for eating? I mean,
Well,
who threw the bread out in the yard? I mean, nobody.
Right.
We didn't throw the bread out in the yard. We ate it. We ate the bread. It was for eating, right? We bought it to eat.
She may have suspected that you were, secretly feeding an animal family or something. I don't know, Dave.
Another one I like.
Check it in.
Another one I like is, we need kitty litter again? Well, what do you think I'm doing with a kitty litter? We need kitty litter again?
It's a classic. I'm not putting out fires. Yeah.
I mean, if there's one thing that I'm not doing things with, it would be the kitty litter. I mean, we got cats. We need more kitty litter. We just bought kitty litter. Well, the cats keep doing things in it, Aren't they supposed to? Couple of things.
You can't pull the cats in on that one.
Yeah,
they're not going to understand. Yeah. And I must apologize. I think earlier, Dave, in trying to hit my mute button or my cough button, I missed.
You did. You missed a little bit, but we are. Well, I guess that's it. That's it for the for 2023 Crawfordsville Peach Cast. We've got new episodes coming up. I think we're going to have one on January 4th. We'll start the new year off with a movie, probably. I guess we'll go ahead and book it. The Candidate with Robert Redford. That'll be coming up on January 4th. And Dave, I just want to take this time to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Dave. Same to you, Annette, Matthew, and anybody out there who's going to have a Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate. It's a good time to pause, hug somebody, and peace and goodwill to all. Or something like that.
Yeah, I think you've done it, Dave. You've done it, and we want to thank our sponsors: Tri-County Bank, your community bank since 1892, and Central Indiana Rubber Products. Merry Christmas, Todd.
Hello, Merry Christmas, Todd.
And we want to again wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. For Dave Meyer, I'm Dave Peach. We'll talk again on the Crawfordsville Peach Cast.
Central Indiana Rubber Products provides the power for you. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, keeps farm equipment and local manufacturing processes running with gaskets, belts, seals, and O-rings, among a variety of other products and services. Employee-owned and always customer-focused. Central Indiana Rubber Products, 989 West, 83 North, Crawfordsville, and at indianarubber.com. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, power for you.
Thanks for listening to the Crawfordsville Peach Cast, sponsored by Tri-County Bank, your community bank since 1892. Tri-County Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. I'm Dave Peach. Join us every Thursday for a new episode on Apple or Spotify. Please like, subscribe, and download the Crawfordsville Peach Cast. This podcast was produced and edited by Up There Media and is a presentation of Fork Broadcasting Digital.